So I go to my first seminar, and it was a life-changing event for me. This weekend for you can be a life-changing weekend for you if you let it. And I just want to say this, that how you play in here is how you're going to play out there.
I'm telling you right now that this is the foundation of all of your success in network marketing, that you must get a grip on this right now. Otherwise, you're toast. You might make a couple bucks, but you'll never be rich. Who wants to be wealthy in this business? Raise your hand. Okay? Get this and get it now. Because you're going out in the marketplace and you get to take greatness to people. You get to hand somebody a gift that can dramatically change the direction of their lives forever. Do you understand that? That is powerful. You need to have a paradigm shift if you're going to attract greatness and attract great people. We want to attract great people into our business, yes? Right? So check this out. When you're going out in the marketplace and somebody says, is this network marketing? Is this network marketing? And you're like, we have executives, not distributors. So you're trying to, or you're hiding like, ooh, somebody asks you, is this MLM? And then they totally screw up and they say, is this LMN? Well, if you're going to make fun of me and try to make me sound stupid, at least let's get the OPQRST right. Is this LMN? I've actually had some idiot say, is this LMN? No, it's not. LMN? What is that? Are we in the middle of the alphabet? Seriously. Now, people are going to come to you. How many of you had somebody make fun of you because you're involved in a network marketing business? Yeah, doesn't that suck? That sucks. That doesn't feel very good, does it? But when you're coming from a position of belief, you cannot be touched. Nobody can touch you. And you must build your business on a foundation of belief. So when somebody says to you, is this network marketing? Your answer is, heck yeah, it is. If it wasn't, I wouldn't touch it. So the thing is, there's so many doubters in this business. So many people are not buying the story of network marketing. Nobody's going to buy your story until you do. This is the foundation of your success, you guys. You better start buying network marketing, because so many people are out there talking to people about their businesses. Just because you have a distributor ID number, it doesn't mean squat. Just because you're here, I mean, it's a great thing that you didn't make an excuse, that you made it here. That's great. But that doesn't mean that you're operating from a position of belief. You better get these questions answered now. You can't do this just for the money. You gotta have your heart in it. You can't do a deal just to make some cake, okay? It will not last. You have to have heart. You have to be able to go out in the marketplace and know that you're doing a good service, because in any network marketing company, whether it's a product or service, the bottom line is you're bringing a good or a service to an end user. That's how the money's made. It's not about filling up garages with crap. It's about getting customers eating, drinking, tasting, rubbing, whatever, snorting, whatever they do with the product. Right? Focus on one thing. You guys. The biggest earners in our business only do one thing. Who wants to be at the top? I'm serious here. This is not a joke. I'm talking, if you want to be in the top 2, 3, 4, 5, or the top 10 in your company. Scream loud if you want to be in the top 10 of your company. Now that's the energy that I want out of this audience. Well, you ain't going to do it by dilly-dallying around with multiple deals. And you know what? If people are making money in your company and you ain't, it's not your sponsor's fault. It's not the system. Well, we don't have a very good system. He wasn't there for a three-way call. You aren't very good for my three-way calls. It's not your product's fault. It's not the company's fault. It's not customer service's fault. It is your fault. You get to blame you for either your success or your failure. Either way. If there are people making money in your company, the grass is never greener on the other side. Outproducer strategy number 3 is pick up the pace. If you want to outproduce people, well, I'm gonna talk to somebody today. Then I'm gonna talk to somebody in a week from now. I'm going really fast. Here's a little reality check. How many people are you talking to? How long do you want it to take? You want it to take forever? By the way, it's going to take you sacrificing. You have to give up a little Oprah. Maybe you have to give up. Maybe you have to put the golf clubs away a little bit for a little while. Maybe you have to. You know what? Nothing Nothing worthwhile. You have to sacrifice something. Something is going to have to give in order for you to get. Something has to give for you to get. The dilly-dallying around, I don't know. Look, the biggest earners I know as well, they'll sit down, they'll get into a company, and they will put on the gas for 17 to 24 months before they even take a breath. I do a little reality check for people. This is a harsh one. You're not going to like this one if you haven't heard it before. You aren't going to like it. Draw a box on your piece of paper. Do it. And for you people in internet land, do it too. Do it. Draw a little box on your piece of paper. I want you to write a number in that box, not a random number. How many new people have you talked to about your business in the last 24 hours? What's the number? 0? Not enough. Again, you've got to learn to hire you. You've got to learn to be self-employed. This is a business of being personally accountable. You're so used to, if you have a job, you're so used to somebody else holding you accountable that this is a new deal here. Would I hire me? Draw a little box. How many people have you talked to in the last 24 hours about your business? Look, this is my phrase. It goes like this. Double digits a day, keep the commission checks on their way. Practice your approach. Practice. You don't want to pick up the phone using your scrum. Hi, is Bob in? Hi, Bob. My name is Todd Falcone. Falcone, I'm sorry. I'm calling you because your name was referred? Referred? I've had people call me using the script that I wrote. Yeah. This ain't boomerang marketing. This ain't this. Like, you talk to a prospect and you throw out the opportunity, you just chuck it to them like a boomerang. Waiting for it to come back to you. Success comes to, again, what did I say the other day? Or what did the MC say the other day? Success comes to those people who come and get it. Go get the business. Don't wait for it. You will never make a dime in this business until you make contact with a human being. Do you understand me? You can't make no money. So you better, if you're going to make money, if your commitment is to make money, you better face the fear now. And here's what you do. You pick up the phone or whatever it is, and you make a dial. And you might scream. Click. You didn't even get a word out, but you hung. At least you made the call. They didn't know who you were anyhow because it was a lead, and it doesn't really matter. Beautiful. Then I want you to do this. I want you to go. I'm alive. I've never seen anybody. You know what? If God wants you to die right now, it's your time anyhow. You ain't going to die from prospecting. You might die by looking at the phone of old age. Pick up the phone and make a call. Touch yourself afterwards. Take a deep breath and go, I'm alive. A couple of little last minute tips. I want you to start using your ears. Pay attention. Pay attention to the simple clues people are giving you. When you call somebody up on a follow-up call and they don't show up, that is a clue that they're probably not interested. So don't call them 17 times. Well, Please join my business. Won't you please? Because I need it. I'm pathetic, aren't I? That's what you're communicating by following up with somebody who's not responsible enough to call you back. You have to ask questions and start listening. Start asking the question, who do you know? Who do you know? When somebody says no to you, you better finish up each call. And I don't care. I want you to go put it on your phone. Type it up in really small, about 8 size print, bold. Who do you know? Put it on your iPhone. Tape it to your iPhone. I'm serious here. Post it in front of you on your whiteboard. Do something so it becomes habit. Start focusing on them. If you ask a question and you get somebody talking about themselves, it's all revealed to you. Do you understand? It's over for you. You will start bringing so many people into your business if you just simply start asking the questions and listening.
And so my first lesson is this. When somebody has something that you want and they're willing to show it to you, you don't reinvent the system.
And too many people get in this business and they think, oh, I want to do it my own way. Let me take your idea but tweak it and just make it a little bit my own. That's not really the recipe for success, is it? If somebody has something that you want and they're willing to show you exactly how they acquired it, why would you even think about for a moment of reinventing the wheel? How would you act if you were making $20,000 a month right now? Would you be acting differently than maybe you are right now? And if so, then start acting like that. Write it down. Go in your journal and go, if I was making $20,000 a month, this is the way I would act. This is the way I would act with my prospect. You can't get into this business and try it for a little bit. And there are a lot of people that even show up for seminars that have distributor ID numbers, that show up for events, that still have an out for themselves. That are like, hey, I'm going to go for a little while, and if this works out the way I expect it to work out, then I'm going to hang out. But then if it doesn't work out the way I expect it to work out, then I'm going to go back to what I didn't like to begin with. And that, to me, it really is the definition of insanity. You talk about the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. To me, the definition of insanity is doing something, going into, not liking what I'm doing, going and trying something that contains the mechanics of wealth, that has the capacity to create life change, trying it for a little bit, and then going back to what you hated to begin with or what you didn't like so much to begin with, which caused you to go look at this in the first place. Make sense? Why would you ever quit network marketing? My success has become because I've been willing to go get it. Your success, lay down sales happen every now and then, but you're not going to build a career on lay down sales. Waiting for something to happen. If you talk to somebody, initiate them in conversation, engage them in conversation, ask them a bunch of questions, obviously, get their interest, you end up handing them something or providing them some information about your opportunity, you better follow up with them and do it in a timely manner. I would choose not to work with you because of you're deciding not to follow up, and it really is just a decision. It's a choice that you make to get back to a person, yes or no. But as long as you're working yourself forward, paying attention to clues that people are giving you. The fact that you're here, the most important thing out of this weekend is that you take this information, whatever nugget of information, and you apply it. One of the things I say at a lot of my seminars is soak and apply. You can soak in the information, but then if you fail to apply it, it's like, I got an email one time from a guy, and I was like, that's an interesting email. It was just an email from a guy. And I was like, oh, I'm going to take this, I'm going to use it. I took the email, and in the next 3 or 4 days, I made over $14,000 just from some silly email some dude sent me. Because I applied the lesson that was taught in the email. So the important thing is that you take whatever you learn here and you apply it. Make sense? Okay. Are you guys ready? Yeah. Okay, good. All right, so here's the deal. You have two choices. You can recruit up or you can recruit down. Our natural human tendency is to recruit down the socioeconomic chain. That's our tendency. Our tendency is to recruit down the socioeconomic chain because we perceive it to be easier. When you get started in network marketing, it's so easy to talk to your broke friends and buddies and family members because they're broke, right? Then you have the successful rich people up here that you know. Every single person, I'm going to teach you guys some really powerful lessons right now. Every single person in this room has somebody successful up the and you know what I'm talking about? Up the socioeconomic chain. I'm talking about recruiting good people. You want to recruit good people. People that are willing, able, capable of doing what we do in network marketing. You don't want to recruit these guys. Hi, is Bob in? Yeah. Hey, Bob, Todd Falcone, how you doing? Well, not so good. For me, it was a guy named Joe. He was a car dealer. He owned 5 dealership franchises. He owned a private jet. He had money. He didn't have fractional ownership in a jet. He owned the jet. He had some money. If you own a jet, you got some money, you think? So I wanted this guy, but he was super successful. I was broke, but I knew the guy. I'd purchased cars from him. So here's what I did with Joe. This is exactly how the phone call went. Hi, is Joe in? Yeah, Joe. This is Joe. I said, Joe, Todd Falcone. I go, how's it going? He's like, what's up? And he knew me. We were buddies. He was like 50-something, and I was like 20-something. But he knew me because I'd been in the dealership a few times. He said, what's going on? I said, Joe, listen, let me tell you why I'm calling. I said, first of all, I have an amazing amount of respect for you, for your accomplishments, your success in your life. Honestly, I look up to you as one of my business mentors. It seems to me everything that you touch seems to turn to gold. And I admire you and your business success. I said, listen, I aspire to someday be as successful in my life as you've been in yours. Listen, Joe, let me tell you why I'm calling. I just started in a brand new business. I'm really excited about it. And I just respect what you do. And I'd just really appreciate it if you could do me a favor and take a look at what I'm doing and give me your honest to goodness feedback. Could you do that for me? I didn't say, do you see an opportunity? Do you want to supplement your income? You want to make some money? I didn't have to say any of that. All I had to do is say, Joe, no single person who has a heart can say no to that. How does that make you feel, honestly, when you're on the phone with somebody of that caliber? Somebody that sounds good, that's enthusiastic, that's outgoing, that sounds awesome, that's interested, that's all of those things rolled up into one. How do you feel? You feel awesome, right? Versus that person, which isn't fun. So I want you to take yourself there and say, well, I could go talk to this Bob guy that's negative and skeptical and broke and grumpy and and if I had to do that all day long, who would want to prospect? I wouldn't. Considering the fact that prospecting is the single most important activity, the one thing that you're going to do more than anything else, doesn't it make sense to be prospecting fun, good people? And the thing is, when you go up the socioeconomic chain one time, you'll realize that these people are actually easier to recruit than these people, because the people over here that are broke and grumpy, they're like, oh, well, can you call me in 6 months when I can get the $50 for the kid? Or, if it's so good, why don't you pay my way in? Have you ever heard that one? How much money are you making? Well, I'll get it in 6 months, but I'm not going to get the auto ship thing or whatever you call it. And then, yeah, I know. But then you go over here, and these people, they get it. Successful people become successful because they look at opportunity, they roll up their sleeves, they go after it, and you don't become successful and then go, oh, I'm not open to opportunity anymore. You stay open. In fact, most of the successful people that I know are now more open to opportunity today than they were in the past.
If you don't have a plan right now, chances are you're going to fall into somebody else's plan, and their plan, I guarantee, ain't as good as the one that you'd have for you if you actually wrote one down. Plan on success, because if you plan on it, you'll get it. You're not going to succeed by just going through the motions and hoping that you're going to do it. And the other thing I think we need to do is exercise patience, because we all get... When I signed up my first network marketing company, I thought for sure I'd be at 10 grand a month in 90 days. How many of you thought for sure, I'm going to be at 10 grand a month in 90 days? I quit my job. See, the problem with our programming is that we're programmed since childhood to expect things now, today, yesterday. Microwave ovens, McDonald's franchises, fast food craziness. We got to have it today. I mean, first time you deliver a paper, what do? They give you a check. You babysit, they do what? They give you some money. You do something for work, there's an exchange. In your mind, when I talk about this whole thing of a proper mindset, get it in your head and get it thick in your head that you need to have the proper mindset, that you come into this deal and that you exercise patience. It takes time to create the check. And people quit, the grass is greener over here. Oh, I made $32,000 my first month in this thing. I made $26,000 over here. Come on over here. And they end up hopping from program to program to program, hoping the grass is greener. Pick a horse and ride it, baby. Ride the horse. One of the things that I see the biggest mistake most network marketers make is their inability to take that giant ice cube. See, when I start a conversation with anybody, there's an imaginary gigantic ice cube that exists between me and the prospect, and it's like I'm trying to see and I can't really see him. It's like a big gigantic chunk of ice. And my objective is to quickly take the ice pick, take the ice axe, and chop at it until it disappears, or take the torch and get rid of it so I can see clearly. And when you can see clearly in a conversation, when all the barriers are down, that's when the relationship can occur. And you guys understand that people hate buying from people that they don't like. I mean, how many of you just love throwing out money to somebody you hate? Love it. Oh, here you go. I hate you. Here, take my money. I don't like you. Here, you can have my money. This is a sales game. This is a business of moving stuff. When you say, oh, we don't do sales, we just share, it's liar. We sell stuff. You sell your product or service, you sell your opportunity, that's what we do. The problem is people have this conception of what salespeople, oh, that's the guy that's twisting the arm and making you do something. That's not what we do. This is a volunteer sport in network marketing. People do this because they want to, not because they have to. They do it because they want to do it, because they're looking for change in their life. You got to learn how to connect with people. You got to learn to see the situation you want to create. The reason why I can sponsor so many darn people and why I've got no problem recruiting people anytime is because I can create an environment of trust and likability. Now, I'm not in the business of just going out and making friends. I make plenty of friends along the way. It's great to have lots of friends. But my objective when I get on the telephone with somebody is just to people buy from people they like. We all know that. So your objective is to be more like that person. The more like them you are, the more that they're going to like you, the more likely they're going to buy from you. Can you all repeat that back to me just like that? Okay. Every time you get a question, write it down. Start today. The next time you make a phone call and somebody says, how much does it cost to get started? Is this a pyramid? I need to talk to my sister. I don't know if this is, how much does it, won't you pay my way in? Yeah. Bye, click.
Write it down, because I don't know what the exact number is. There's probably not an exact number, 20 to 40 different objections, questions that come up, not 1.5 million. If you want to learn how to overcome them, deal with them, neutralize them, and be able to sponsor some of these people, write them down. Are you ready to get started? How soon do you want to get started? How soon do you want to start making money? How soon are you looking to change the quality of your life? Let's get you signed up. Hey, the best way to get started is... all you got to do is pay attention to what's happening, and you can become a closer. See, I get joy out of prospecting. Most of you associate pain. It hurts. The phone. It's like, oh my gosh, Band-Aids. I can't pick it up. It weighs so much. I don't know what's an average phone weight. 6.2 ounces. I mean, even people that don't work out can figure that one out. I have worked in the field as a distributor. I'm not a company owner. I never thought I'd be a speaker. I speak because I have a passion for teaching people how to make money in network marketing. I have a passion for helping people succeed. Because what I found out, even though I struggled for a long period of time, it ain't that hard. We make it out to be a whole lot harder than it really is. And I'm not saying it's not hard work, because you're going to bust it. I mean, if you're going to make money in this business, you're going to bust it. You're going to commit, and you're going to have some sacrifices. But, network marketing, scale of 1 to 10, 1 laying on the sofa, 10 brain surgery, we're probably about a 3. 3.5. But we make it to be like a 15.
The funny thing is, my whole life, the people, and this is interesting, in network marketing, isn't it fun how the people that love you the most, your friends, your family, are the least supportive? When I started in the business, my mom goes, you're in one of those pyramid things. I'm making you pay back your college education. Doing it and just going through the motions to make some money and doing it, that ain't going to keep you in the game, because I can guarantee you this, you are going to be challenged. If you haven't been challenged yet, you're going to get challenged. There are going to be days where you feel like quitting. Anybody in the room ever feel like quitting? Ever? Yeah. I felt like giving up. I have no clue why I'm still here today. There were times where, for all intents and purposes, I should have been a statistic. You know what a statistic is on your genealogy? It's a 0. It's somebody who quits. All decisions, we all have choices, right? You have the ability to make a decision each and every day. Change also, by the way, happens the instant that you decide something. Like if you're not committed right now, some of you, I've had conversations, some of you are like not really committed to the business yet, and you're just making a decision right now. Well, the moment that you make the decision, that change has already begun. One of the decisions that I made that I fought really early on, and I just didn't understand the whole personal development, personal growth thing, was, being like literally arm twisted into going to a seminar. They were like twisting my arm to get my butt to the seminar. I was like, I'm not going, I don't have the money. And I went there and it changed my life. And Mark Victor Hansen said the same thing today. He was talking about, having to go this. That's the same experience that I had. The first seminar I went to was like, oh my goodness, now I get it. Now I understand. There's never been an event that I've ever been to and I was like, oh, I wish I had less people here. Even when I had hundreds of people from my own personal group there, I was like, oh my goodness. I just felt sorry. I felt sad for the people that didn't make the commitment to be there. You all deserve, if there's anything you're going to invest in, instead of a latte, invest in your personal education, your personal growth, your personal development. If you can get good at enrolling people consistently, easily, and effortlessly with joy, then you get to have all the other fun problems. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm serious. You can't experience all of the other fun problems unless you can easily enroll people. Because if you can't enroll anybody, you got no problems other than the fact that you can't enroll anybody. But the other thing is like, well, what do I do? Because this person's doing this, and this person's cranking. Well, where do I spend my time? This person's lagging, this person's building. What do I... That's when, you get to experience all those other things that happen in the business, but only if you can start consistently enrolling people. If you can consistently and easily enroll people, there's probably a good chance that you can teach other people how to do it, right?